The wait is over. The wait is over. The time is now. The time is now. Get ready for mass. Get ready for mass. Get ready for mass. We are back.
Grenadians, you asked for change, and we are bringing the change. Change is a we thing, but change requires a contribution from all of us. Remember, one cocoa fills the basket. Make a contribution to NDC's grassroots campaign for change today. Click the link below to make your contribution. Thank you.
Well, it's on the ride along, so it's happening here.
Came over here. What does it mean? You know, I grew up in what I guess we call a typical family.
We break all the stories, and that's just a fact. And that's why everyone has a story to tell.
Right along live, I mean, yeah, it's a real deal.
Yeah. Welcome to Red Along Live. Welcome to Thursday. Yeah, Thursday on the ride. Thursday on the ride. As you come and just shove the thing a couple times. How you guys doing? Big up yourself. Night Riders. Good night, Riders. Hey, Cheryl, Charles. How you doing? I see you first. Big up yourself, Cheryl, Charles. Guys, you know on Thursday it's all about Dear Ryders. So we deep into all the emails and letters that you guys wrote to us over the weeks and months, and we pull out something, right? We pull out something. And today we have a topic that we go deal with. Serious topic that we go deal with. Very, very serious. Glenda, how you doing? Big up yourself. And we have two serious gentlemen that's going to be chatting with us and giving advice on the program today. First and foremost, he is no stranger to the right. In fact, he is what I consider my anchor, my co-host, my buddy right over there, Anselm Douglas, who let the dogs out. Who. Horrible job, Anselm.
How you doing, my brother?
How you doing?
I'm good. How was your week?
Boy, let me tell you something. I had the best week. Yeah.
What, you won the lotto?
No. The weather, Anselm. The weather outside.
Yes. Would you believe yesterday I did some gardening, man? I was out in the backyard. Yeah, I was raking leaves. I'm seeing my tulips starting to shoot up, you know.
Yeah.
Things are coming up. Things are looking good. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I've been walking outside with tank tops. I've been walking outside with short shirts and ting, Jed. Short pants and ting.
I actually have on sandals now, you know.
Well, that is the thing. I wear in sandals. When I see her in the studios, let me tell everybody, and I wear in short and ting and tie. Short pants I have under this, and flip flops,
Well, you know what? Short pants are good. As long as you come on set with just dress from your navel up. You know.
Well, listen, I just do it. But I ain't gonna tell you, I just do it when the ladies and them alone. Me and the ladies and them alone.
All right, okay, brother. Okay.
When me and all the ladies and them alone here, that is when I just do it.
Yeah. Navel up. All right.
So all that short and thing, that is your short, and down here,
nada.
Flip flops and thing. So we have somebody else. We have another friend of mine. This guy, listen, I admire this guy. He has been doing a lot of things. I've been looking at his life. He's also from Trinidad. A good brethren of mine. All you help me welcome Johan right over there.
Hey, why is this scene, people?
Why is this scene? Yo, Johan, let me tell you, you have the most Trinidadian accent I ever heard. You can't get more Trinidadian than you had.
Yo, why is he seeing people? That's good. That's cool.
Johan had
But you bag him on.
yeah, Johan had the most Trini accent. Uh-huh.
When you
Say that again, Johan?
answer, all right.
Uh-huh.
It had two songs. When you say answer, just two songs to mine are the Who Let the Dogs Out. Plus, the remix to Who the Hell Is. I'm not sure
Yeah.
if it's the same guy now.
That is him.
Is the same guy?
That is Anselm.
Hey, the guy from the remix.
That is the man. That is the man.
You is talent. That's some stage gracefully. That's some age. Well done, my brother.
I appreciate that, man. Thanks
That is
a
the
lot.
man. That is a big man. You think a small thing with the hair is big thing.
I appreciate that for real.
All right, guys. So listen. Let's go.
Single time you have
You and your audio kind of breaking up a bit. I don't know if you're far away from your router. Johan, but your internet kind of breaking up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we hear you now. We hear you now, but your video kind of freezing up a little bit on and off. But I think we're good. I think we're in a sweet spot now. All right, guys. So first, before we start the topic, I want to make sure that everybody. Yeah, Johan. They say that your audio chipping in and out, Johan. Before we start the topic, I want to make sure everybody share the program. So, guys, so if you haven't shared the program yet, I want all you to share it right now. Again, please do it because this topic today is informative and educational. It is not just entertainment conversation. It's informative and educational. And let me read it, Anselm. Are you ready? Are you listen to this? Everybody listen to this.
Bring it on.
All right, bring it on. Let's go. Let me pull it up. and even before when I posted it, a lot of people commented on it. It's crazy comments all over. All right, here we go. Dear Ryders, we married for papers. Oh, Lord of mercy. Straight out of the bat, you know. Anyway, I've been married now for 4 years, initially with the intention to help my friend obtain her green card. Now, a green card, for those of you who don't know, is legal permanent resident status here in the US, right? So he married his friend to obtain her green card. We was involved a few times, which we both agreed that it wouldn't lead or turn into a relationship. Now it seems to me that somehow she misunderstood the extent of our situation. I'm now in a position that I'm trying to move on with my life, but she refused to sign the divorce papers so I could get the hell out of this.
Mm-hmm.
I need your help. Anselm, you go first.
All right. Well, okay, let me listening to what you just read there.
Uh-huh.
I think in all the discussions we've been having on a Thursday, this one is the most complicated.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I'll tell you why.
Uh-huh.
It seems as though two consenting adults sat down and plotted to do something illegal.
Thank you.
We starting from there.
Yes, we had to start from there. Good point. Good start.
Sat down and plotted to do something illegal.
Mm-hmm. She
say, boy, me and you, we good friend, and I really want to come to the US and live. You know the fastest way for me to get through with that is to marry me. Now, they were friends all along. Now, I don't know if prior to this arrangement, if they were intimately involved. That was not disclosed. We don't know that part. So they could have been just platonic friends before, And now with the word of marriage lingering in the air, okay, well, you're my wife, husband and wife to sleep together. We have to make the thing look real. Because the person said, if I'm not mistaken, the arrangement was, we know this ain't going further. But
Right.
you see, we have to take into consideration sex to a man is different to sex to most women. I'm not saying all, to most women.
Okay.
Sex to a man doesn't necessarily have to have emotional ties to it. A man will take a hit and roll. A woman, once she let you, most of them, because these days things going all kind of way. But most women, if they let you inside of the body, there is usually an emotional, or if there wasn't one before, an emotional attachment will start to develop, because this was not marriage for a month or a week. So what should have happened is, firstly, he was supposed to say, listen, we're getting married, and in public we'll play the role of husband and wife, because you never know who's watching. But behind closed doors, you sleep in your bedroom, I sleep in mine. I don't want us to cross that line. This is strictly a business arrangement. Once you start rolling in bed and hugging up and sweating and kissing up one another and whispering things in one another's ears and saying all kind of thing, when that moment is over, you might, as a man, might feel, well, that was a good one. But she is feeling, ah, boy, I find a husband. So now you want to get out of it, because you were never truly emotionally attached to the woman. But she was attached. She became attached to you. There was always friendship. There was always friendship. And now the friendship moved to, because of a legal arrangement, the friendship moved to something past platonic. It now reached to sexual, and sleeping in the same bed every night and taking showers together and all of that. So or they play the role of husband and wife. It's very difficult now for her to just scissor that, just slice that off and say, it's over. Thanks for the green card, boy. You go always be my partner. We go drink a beer when I see you next week Friday. That is not going to happen. So my advice, I will give my advice down the road.
Right.
But my take on that, you start wrong.
Start wrong. All right. I have a lot to say on it too. Johan, you heard the situation. They went into the relationship willfully and knowing that they ain't going inside a there to be together, to stay together, to live together, or to be together forever. They went in knowing that this is an arrangement situation. Johan, what's your take? You hearing us?
So that put yourself in a bad position. You put yourself in a real bad position. And not his fault. It's not his fault. He thought you not a friend. And genuinely on her part might be that she really and to just, you the purpose of getting her green card. But at the end of the day, somewhere
You hold on 1 second. You hold on 1 second. You're getting a bad connection. Oh, you hold on 1 second. Yeah, you hold on. You're getting a bad connection. We could barely hear a sentence in what you're saying. I don't know if you need to get closer to your router.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, but you're having a little bit of a connection. Move a little bit closer to the router. I see if that would give you a better connection. But we're not hearing you properly. All right? We'll bring you back in once we see a better signal. We've seen a low signal. So, Anselm, this situation, as you said, is a complicated situation.
Yes.
It's a complicated situation. And let me first say that it's not a situation that I endorse.
Mm-hmm.
I do not endorse anyone thinking that is the way to get a green card, because that is illegal. And if I'm sitting here and Anselm sitting here and telling you guys, and giving you an advice, I'm going to tell you straight up, you could get fined, you could get locked up for what you just wrote to us. So don't go around telling people that at all. And we're not going to reveal your identity, but this is illegal. Know that what you just said to us is illegal. Understand that.
And immoral, because there's a spiritual, a religious spiritual side to marriage. Is not a joke. Marriage is not just something you say, well, you know, yes, we all want a better life for ourselves, and people sometimes willing to do whatever it takes to get from point A to point B. But there is a thing called fall in love. There is a thing, you know, which is exactly what I believe happened, Junior. I believe as they were always friends. So now that circumstances place them in a situation which part they could become intimate legally, it just felt, unless something now comes to my mind here, unless, and I'm not trying to say the man is an evil fella, but unless now she moving in his apartment and he say, well, girl, you know, it's a long time I wore that thing and you was always busting style. You know, but legally, as your husband, you have to let go that thing on me. You know?
Well, who knows, right? Who knows?
It could have been a blackmail situation too.
It could be a situation like that. But let me also say this preemptively, that there are many ways to obtain a green card here in the U.S. We did a lot of immigration shows. You guys probably understood this already. One, you could get your green card via marriage. In fact, that is the fastest process, the fastest way to obtain a green card if you get married to someone. But the caveat is it has to be a legitimate marriage, not an arranged marriage.
Yeah.
If you ever go in front of immigration and say, yeah, me and she just married just for set up thing, you would listen. They would most likely, if they could deport you back, they go deport you back. You would face tremendous hardship from immigration if anybody know that. So another way to get your papers is if your family file for you. There are many different ways. Your job, there are many different ways. But people take advantage of that particular opportunity because it's the fastest way to obtain a green card.
There is also the situation where you come in as a refugee.
Yes.
For political asylum.
Yes.
So, there are means and ways, but I mean, you have to prove which part, the information that you're given. And in fact, there is something to sign under that the information you're giving here is truthful to the best of your knowledge.
Yes.
So if you sign that and you know that you and this man or you and this woman really care about one another, we never even date, we never went out to a restaurant together, but money passed and wedding happened, and lo and behold, you have wedding pictures, you go through the whole shebang, wedding pictures, ring, the whole thing, and you don't even know the girl middle name.
And you know what? When you go to get your green card and you go to that interview, the person interviewing you does scrutinize you. They does ask you.
Let me tell you something. You know something that they ask for, just for the listeners. They ask you simple things like, what's the color of your husband's toothbrush?
Yes. How many windows in your house?
If you live together, you're supposed to know what's the color of your husband's toothbrush.
Yes.
And they will ask you in one room, what side of the bed do you sleep on?
Yes.
And then they come and ask them, what side of the bed do you sleep on? And then we are like, totally sleeping on top of one another because
Yes. Let me check you out again. Johan, are you able to hear us? Now, Johan still getting a bad signal. We will try to sort out Johan. With all that being said, guys, Anselm, the thing start wrong.
It started wrong, yes.
It start wrong. First and foremost, man, if you know, and this is true to God, reason why you have to be careful. If you know that is the situation that you and the girl getting into, or you're not serious about this thing, why you decide to go in there? Why you decide to put yourself in there? Yeah. If it's an arrangement,
stay in one bedroom. You stay in one. But it live like roommates.
Yeah, I don't even know if they're living together because I don't know if, I don't know if they're living together or they just, people are hookup situation like that. But why would you put yourself in the situation, in the predicament, knowing that this is just an arrangement thing? Right? No.
He was thinking with the wrong head. That is the problem. No, he was thinking with the wrong head. At the end of the day, this is a business arrangement or a friend relationship where we say, girl, I'm going to help you out. What I'm doing is wrong, but I'll help you out. I put my neck on a block for you, I'm helping you out. Right, we went and we get married, we do things, we organize, but we know we're going to be living in the same apartment, but here's what. I don't want to go down that road because it has somebody I see in. I already tell my girlfriend, make up some story, I tell my girlfriend already that I'm doing this for a friend and she agreed, but we can't cross that line and get intimate. That is what he did wrong, Junior.
Yes.
He became intimate with her. So and I'm sure it didn't happen once. Because if it was good, it must have happened once, twice, 3 times, 4 times.
Possibly.
Anything practiced over a period of time becomes law.
Yes.
So it must have happened a few times when they say, oh gosh, girl, we can't be doing this, we can't be doing this. But then rain falling at night, and you say, girl, I know we said we wasn't going down that road, but a little one is here and go hurt.
Yeah.
And before you know it, now you're ready to move on with your life, and she's saying, but wait, I thought we married.
Yeah.
I'm not blaming the woman at all.
I think he probably manipulated the girl. It's quite possible she felt she could be manipulated in the situation here because he's holding something over her. Mm-hmm. He's holding something over her, probably saying, yo, if this and this and that, I just calling this off, And people, I was in a position where I needed a green card. I know it feels to not have a green card. So you in a position now and you probably manipulating the lady, manipulating the woman. And the woman feel like, that's going to...
4 years, right? It was 4 years, wasn't it?
Yeah, 4 years.
4 years of marriage. She now get married, she in the US. During the first year, in America here, in this America, you gotta work. So once she start working, he's supposed to start telling her things, you should really save your money. I mean, we had to pay rent and things here, but save your money to get your own house and things down the road. When this is over, when this charade is over, you're supposed to have enough money put aside to jump out on your own, because remember, this is my apartment still, or this is my house still. He should have been whispering these things in her ear going on the road, letting her know that this is not a permanent situation.
Right, yeah.
But I feel what could have happened to, and a judge is a sinner, what could have happened to is, he reached the point which part, he sees somebody who he really like now.
Mm-hmm.
And he's saying, girl, this thing I'm working on to remember, this was just an arrangement we had.
Mm-hmm.
This was just an arrangement because now he's seeing something that's looking better.
Yeah.
So this was just an arrangement. Girl, you had to come out of my apartment. And she said, no, we married. I'm not getting you no divorce.
Yes.
I'm not getting you no divorce. You crazy or use my husband. Like you want me go and tell immigration on you out.
Yeah. Funny enough, right? And this is very impromptu right now. I don't even know if she okay, Diane, you call.
Yes, I'm hearing you. I'm here.
We are live. I'm live.
Hey Jay.
Say hi to everybody that's watching, Diane.
Hey, Ride Along family. I just put a big bite of something in my mouth thinking I was just going to talk to Junior.
Yeah, you're talking to me, but I have a question. I have a question for you, Diane. Diane is an immigration attorney, right? Mm-hmm. Diane, I want to pose this for you. You're in the best position to answer this question. So happy that you called at this point in time. Here is the situation. This is Dear Ryders. So we're answering a viewer question that wrote to us, and this is what he said. He said, I've been married for 4 years, initially with the intention to help my friend obtain her green card. We were involved a few times, which we both agreed that it wouldn't turn into anything or into a relationship. Now it's time for me, somehow he feel that she misunderstood with the extent of the situation. He's trying to move on with his life, but she refused to sign the divorce papers. They married for a green card. Diane, talk to us from an immigration lawyer perspective. Talk to us from that perspective, point of view.
So I will start by saying, Junior, good evening, everyone. So immigration fraud is a crime. So let's start there.
Right.
Immigration fraud is a crime, so they have to be very, very careful. As far as not wanting to sign the divorce paperwork, that's a whole other story for another day for a family law attorney. But as for immigration law, getting married just for a green card is a crime.
Yes. Yes. And that's the first thing that we said. So I'm glad that you echo those sentiments.
So as far as him not wanting to sign a divorce, I mean, anybody can get divorced. You don't really need somebody to sign it.
Right.
Serve it to the court. Make sure he's properly served. There will be a court date set if he or she, I don't know who doesn't want to sign, if he or she refuses to show up to court, then the judge will enter an order accordingly, so long as they're properly served. So they don't have to want to sign or have to agree to the divorce. Let's think of Kim Kardashian with everything that's going on with her. A judge can, adjudicate the order so long as all the steps are followed. The divorce is filed. The party, the non-moving party was served, meaning they know that they are getting a divorce. So long as all that is in place, it doesn't matter whether they want to sign or not. Especially, Jay, it sounds like they didn't have assets in this marriage. It doesn't sound like they had anything in this marriage. It sounds like it was just, one of those sham marriages.
Yeah.
So getting a divorce should not be that difficult.
Yes. And we didn't even get to that part yet, which is a good point that you brought it up, because rightfully so, she don't necessarily have to sign the divorce papers for the divorce to be finalized.
That is correct.
Right. Absolutely.
You just have to make sure you follow all the procedures, like make sure they're notified, depending on the state you're living in. Some states just want to say a certified copy of the divorce was mailed to the last known address for that individual. But no, they do not have to be, yeah.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I have a question for the attorney, though.
Go ahead. She's hearing you.
Right. Here's the thing, though. They got married. It was a charade. It wasn't a real marriage, but they got married. It's 4 years. Now, he is saying he wants a divorce. She could be saying, I want half.
So here's the thing. It might be a fraudulent marriage between the both of them, but legally they're married.
Yes.
So the two of them have cooked up a story to say, well, we did it for the thing. So whatever state they live in, the rules of that state apply. The assets will be treated, whether they were marital assets, meaning we got these in the last 4 years, or these were assets that I came into the marriage with. Right? So they might have said this was a sham, and now somebody's saying, look, I'm entitled to whatever we've accomplished in the last 4 years as a married couple. The only defense to that is for the other party to say, wait a minute, it's fraud. And now you're opening up a can of worms.
A whole different kind. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're opening up a can of worms because the both of you committed a crime, and now, because it's a crime, it was a conspiracy, it's a crime. So the both of you committed a crime, and now you're going through a divorce. You're going to have to admit to that crime in order to save your assets. For the party who's saying, look, I'm not giving you half of my 401. I'm not giving you half of the house I bought. I'm not giving you the extra car because this wasn't real. When you're going to court with what we call Jay and the guest, you're going to court with dirty hands. Your hands are dirty, and the court is not going to support the dirtiness of that divorce.
So the whole thing is a mess, Diani. The whole thing is a mess.
It's a full-blown mess. That's why in the immigration space, when I'm counseling my clients, I said, let's do this thing right. You have to do it right, because now you're going to go to court and say, Your Honor, he's not entitled to half because the marriage wasn't real. Your Honor is going to say, wait a minute, you committed immigration fraud. No, you want this court to help you? Is that what you want? It's not going to happen. It's the judge is going to say, look, you went to immigration and said this marriage is real. We live at this address. We have these documents to prove it. You did all of that to a federal agency, and now you're coming to me to tell me you're not giving this person half of anything because it was a fraud.
Because it was a sham.
Not really throw them out of there.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Peter was asking me a question. He said, Peter, Junior, aren't you afraid that they would charge you for not reporting it? Listen, what kind of? I saw somebody put that in earlier in the chat. Like, what's my? I don't have to. I am not in the position. I'm a reporter. All of this stuff come to me anonymously. It's not my responsibility to go out and report them to immigration. I saw someone say that again. Oh, right along you're gonna get in trouble because you have someone you answering question about immigration fraud. We're not sitting here and we never they presuppose that probably will come here and say, yeah, good going, man. Go and marry her. Go marry another one. And right after you marry another one. We're not saying that. It is education to tell people you don't do that. You do not do that. That's against the law. Right.
Right. And Judah, I always say to people in my business, I don't report people to immigration because I don't work for immigration.
Right.
But it's my job as an officer of the court to say, look, be careful. Don't do this mess. Don't do this mess.
Yeah.
Because it can land you here and there. I'm not going to pick up the phone and call. You know, people can ask questions. We're not supporting anything. We're giving out information.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me see if we got Johan audio back there. Johan, let's test you now because I really want your input on this. Test your audio, Johan. Hold on, Johan, test your audio again. Nah, Johan, you're having some audio issues, Johan. You're having some audio issues. Sorry, I really wanted Johan perspective on this topic here. But Diane, I really appreciate your time. I just need about 10 more minutes and then you could go. Because I know you're very, very busy. Very, very busy. Extremely busy.
No, I'm good if you need me, Jay. I'm actually in Charleston for a hearing, so nice. I'm good until about. You have me for another 10 minutes if you need me. Otherwise,
yes.
You can tell me whatever you want. We family.
Absolutely. So, Diane, what should happen now? Right? We understand what happened. They got married. That happened already. He went out. She gets your green card. Right? Mm-hmm. She gets your green card. He's in a position now that he wants out of it. She don't want to do it. What next? What happened now?
It all depends what stage in the green card process she is. First of all, my advice to the both of them, go seek the advice of a counsel. Go sit down and talk to a lawyer so the lawyer can be frank about what can happen. Right? As far as where she is in the process, so is the lady that got the green card?
Yeah, she got the green card. So the guy wants out of it now. He wants out of the relationship.
And the man wants out or she wants out?
No, he wants out. He wants out.
All right.
She wants to stay.
Here's the thing. If she is not a citizen, right? Say she's not naturalized. All she has is either the 2-year green card or the 10-year green card. I don't know. Those are questions I would ask.
Right.
If she's not a citizen and this gentleman wants to be vindictive, he can write a letter to immigration and say, this marriage was fraud and here's why. It's a high burden and she can overcome that. She can say, no, it was a fraud for whatever reason. However, if she simply wants out of the marriage, she says, I don't care about green card. I want my mental health back. She can file for divorce. But like I said, if she has that 2-year green card, that's not a permanent green card. She will have to show the service that the marriage was legitimate.
Right.
It was a real marriage. So It depends on where in the immigration process she is. That's how I would counsel her based on where she is. Well, and you know what? A lot of people say, here's the thing, Jay, and I'll stop. A lot of people say, they just married me for the green card. We have to look at what that means. It could mean we were together, we like each other, and the green card was a part of the process.
Right, exactly. Well, how do you prove fraud? How do you prove fraud in this situation? Because she could say that it was fraud, but he could say, he could say it's fraud, but she could say it wasn't fraud.
She could always say it was legitimate from the start. We were in love and all that stuff.
Yeah. Exactly. Fraud is paper. To prove a fraud case is not an easy thing. And that's what I'm saying. She can overcome that burden. He can say it's fraud and she can say, no, it ain't. We took a vacation to here. We lived together. Because a lot of people, when divorce starts to happen, they start talking a lot of mess. Right. Oh, she married me for the green card. Even 5 years later, oh, it was for the green card. No, it wasn't. We were in a great relationship. The things fell apart. So I'm not quick to jump to fraud, right? I'm not quick for people to say she married me for the, did she pay him? Did she pay him $10,000, $15,000 for the green card? Or did they go into a relationship and it fell apart real quick and she's going on her way? So it's very hard to prove fraud. Right.
And then he might have to substantiate, okay, well, he paid me X amount and this is where the money come from. But if you're in a relationship and I'm your husband, I give you money all the time.
Exactly. So it's not as easy as, oh, here's a $10,000 transaction. No. That was my tax return that I put in the joint bank account.
Right. So she could always overcome this still. I mean, there's still a way around it.
That's why I said you can overcome the burden. I always say to women and men that find themselves in this predicament, sit down, talk to a lawyer. Let's get the facts. Like, where are you in the process? Why do you think she married you just for the green card? But you all lived together. You went on dates. You met family members. Let's have a deeper conversation. Let's lift the hood off this marriage and see what exactly happened.
Absolutely. I'm going to open up the phone lines right here, 718-701-5720. We're talking about this because it's Thursdays. Dear Ryders, this person wrote to us and she's saying that the husband is saying that, you know, he got into this relationship with this young lady and he feel that she married him for the green card. They did have some kind of inappropriate relationship during the process of the relationship, and now he want out and she don't want to sign the thing. She want to leave and she don't want to sign it. And he's writing us to tell us that, and I said from the top, we are not condoning that activity. We're saying that immigration fraud that's an immigration fraud, and it's a big fraud as well. So it's not something that you want to go wrong and telling everybody. All right. So I don't know if anyone there want to chime in on it. Give us a call, 718-701-5720. Ask a question, because I'm sure that's not the only situation that people go into in especially as it relates to marriage and immigration. So this is the number on the screen, 718-701-5720. Slim, any question for the lawyer, for Deanna, since she's here for another 5 minutes or so? Slim?
Oh, sorry, that was for me?
Yeah, no, if you have any question for Deanna as it relates to...
Well, I'm thinking, you know, because remember the caller, the person who wrote in, gave you information that doesn't even amount to a full paragraph of information. Yeah. So now we all here trying to fill in the blanks as to if the relationship was a legitimate one, you know, because again, we only hearing one side of the story.
Right.
You know, if the relationship was a legitimate one from start, he's saying that they were friends first and then they got married with the understanding that it was for her papers for the US. And now she wants to be out of it. Now that it's 4 years on, he wants to be out of it. So I'm assuming in 4 years' time, she probably has her green card already.
Yeah, permanent one, the permanent green card too. I think
yeah,
it's permanent green card.
And you know, but I am thinking again, I go back to, if originally it was a business agreement, why did you could sleep in the same house as roommates? You did not have to get intimate with the individual. Because I reiterate, sex to a woman and sex to a man, they're two different things.
Right.
She, after 4 years of sleeping with you and going out and acting the role of wife, she probably fell in love with you in a real way because there was friendship there before.
Yeah.
So now you're saying, I want out. It's not that easy for her to just put all her emotions into a suitcase and say, okay, let's get a divorce. It's not
absolutely.
that easy. You know, so
you mentioned something about levels of green card. You mentioned if you're real green or hard. I don't know if the exact word that you use, right? But I want you to clarify the 2-year green card and the 4-year green card, or the permanent green card and the temporary one. Explain the difference. Oh, hold on. Let me bring you back. Go ahead, Diana. Go ahead. Yeah.
For the 2-year green card, it's because when you marry somebody and you've been married for less than 2 years, what immigration does is they put your marriage on probation. In other words, they say, look, this is a new marriage, so we're going to put it on probation for 2 years to prove that it's valid. So you'll get a green card. We call it the conditional green card. In the Caribbean, we say it's the 2-year green card. Mm-hmm. So now you have to go back, live your life for 2 years. 90 days before the end of that 2 years, you have to file a similar application that looks like the first application you filed. Bank statement, pictures of family, you bought a house, maybe you have a baby, you've now developed a real marital relationship. So they give you the opportunity to come back and prove to the service that the marriage was real. We call it bona fide. The marriage was a real marriage. So that is the 2-year green card. Once you file that application, sometimes you get an interview, sometimes you don't. But it's for the officers to prove that the marriage was real and not fake. Once you satisfy that burden, once you satisfy to immigration that, look, it's real based on the documents you've submitted, then they go ahead and remove the condition. You hear people say, oh, let me get my tenure. They go ahead, remove the condition, and you get what we call your permanent green card, which is 10 years. Much harder for them to take that away from you. The 2-year, if you don't meet the burden after the 2 years, you can lose the green card.
Right.
Once you get the 10-year, now it's now a more permanent status.
Right.
Both cards, both of them, is a green card, and both of them you get the same rights to travel. You can work, you can do whatever you want, but for the most part, with the 10-year, it's a little bit more permanent, and it leads. The next thing is naturalization. You can become a citizen after having your 10-year.
Yes. And so what if within that 2-year period, that first 2-year period, you and the relationship is not working out and you're divorced or you guys separated in any kind of way, could you still get that permanent green card?
Yes, you can. Absolutely. Now, it depends on what happened in that marriage. For example, I know the gentleman was talking earlier about, you're sleeping together. Maybe in the marriage, there's been some abuse. Maybe there's infidelity. And abuse can be emotional, it can be physical, it can be financial. Maybe if we can prove something happened that caused the marriage to break down, we can still go back and say to the service, look, it was a valid marriage. Not all marriages last forever. All good things come to an end.
Right.
So we can go back to the service and say, listen, this marriage did not work out. I know we only lived together for 6 months. He brought me from Jamaica. As I come, he started to beat me, or he held my documents. He wouldn't give me the car keys. He took my passport, and that's for men or women. It doesn't matter the gender. We can go in and still do what we call yourself. You're doing your removal by yourself. So you don't have the husband there to support you or the wife. You're going to do it by yourself. A little bit higher burden, Junior, but it can be done. Yes.
It's important to understand that. So although you are in a relationship, and say the person beating you up, you're getting battered during the relationship, you don't have to say, well, I have to stay with the man because I have to get my permanent green card. You could still live and get your permanent green card because they're not advising you that if you're getting abused in the relationship to stay in the battered relationship.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Understood.
Yes. All right. It's good to know. Diane, we thank you so much. We had to do this again, Diane, to give people more update on this thing here. I really appreciate you, Diane.
Bring me on camera. Remember, I'm a pretty girl, Junior. You can put me on camera next time.
Well, of course.
There's no tree in my face. There's no tree growing in my face, sir.
Absolutely, Diane. We're gonna do it again, and I'll put you on camera right next.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Diane.
Thank you, sir. Have a good evening, everyone.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Let me tell you, she's one of the best immigration lawyers, by the way. She's one of the best immigration lawyers. Diane Winterfonde, thank you so much.
Definitely over onions, I can tell you that. Not that I'm a legal mind, but from talking to her, you could hear her talk, you could hear, well, she knows exactly what she's talking about.
And she has a passion. She has a real passion for this stuff. She liked this stuff. She liked this stuff. Pick up yourself, Diane Winterfonde. She's the heavyweight of immigration attorneys here in the U.S. Guys, I'm going to give you guys our information if you ever need an immigration lawyer. We're talking about this issue right here, guys. The man married this woman for his green card. Right? That's why they married. That's how the relationship set up. No, he want out, she want to stay. They have a problem. Caller, you're live. Turn on your background, please, caller. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hi, caller. Go right ahead. Could you hear me?
Okay. Hi.
Hi. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I'm hearing you now.
Okay.
The attorney, Dion, I'm in Florida, but I've just happened to bump into your conversation. What she didn't explain is, if the marriage lasts, and let's say we understand the fraud situation and stuff like that, which is really the burden, but if they're married and they get the 2 year and they meet the burden of proof that it was a genuine marriage, they don't have to wait for 10 years to file for citizenship. As long as they stay in the marriage and they can prove that they're still living together 90 days before that 3 year of having the alien card, the beneficiary of the card can proceed to file for citizenship.
Right. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely factual. Yes. And thank you for adding that.
I've been practicing for 20-something years.
Yes. Thank you for adding that, caller. We appreciate that so much.
Good to hear, and I will try and mean some more.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah, man. All right. Yeah, it's important. It's important that everyone understand immigration and your rights and responsibility here in the U.S. Again, we're telling you and anybody else, that's immigration fraud, right? To knowingly go into a situation where you're marrying someone for the green card, that is immigration fraud. We do not endorse it. However, if you see someone that you love, fall in love with them.
By all means. By all
means. Fall in love with them. Marry them because all you're in love.
Right.
Right? Do get into it, because the hardest thing sometimes, guys, and some people think that it's easy. When you sit across from that immigration lawyer, that person who's questioning you in your immigration interview, and they're asking you these questions. Listen, they just grill you. They're asking you all kind of questions. Who sleep on the left? Who sleep on the right? How much windows in the house? What is your mother last name? What is your mother middle name? They're asking you a question to make sure that the relationship is legitimate. Yeah. If you do not provide sufficient proof, right? And I had to ask Deanna Winter funded that. Quite possibly, you could be put into deportation proceeding because they deem your case as invalid or as a fraud. You sleep on the left, he sleep on the left. So we all sleep on top of each other.
Top one another.
How much window in the house? He say 4, you say 5. He say 6.
No, they ask you even things like if your husband or your wife, if she has any allergies that you know of. Because if I'm living with you, I know, look, my wife allergic to pollen seriously, or there are certain things that you're going to know about your partner if you're spending time, if you're in a real relationship.
Yes.
You might ask you little things like what is your wife's school? What school she went to?
Yeah.
Because these are things people talk about when they're dating. About the school they went, some best friend they had. You build a relationship on your past.
Yes. We got a call. We got a call. Caller, you live. Where are you calling us from?
Junior is you on, boy. Before I was getting a lot of problem with the thing, but I need to be in this conversation.
Yeah, man. You could do it from the phone. You could do it from the phone. That's fine.
Alright, here what is going on. Here what is my point of view. Solia find yourself in a serious monkey pants. And the reason that you find yourself in a monkey pants, if I'm being real honest with you, is because he used something that ordained by God for personal profit. It can't go right.
Mm-hmm.
It cannot go right. Regardless of how it is they want to look at it. You understand? You take something that is sanctioned by God, you understand, and you use it for you and somebody to profit. And then on top of that, they want to add a sexual element to the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Them looking for problems. No matter what they do, it will always be problems.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because we didn't really take a serious look at. I mean, it was mentioned. I mentioned it earlier on, but we didn't take a serious look at what you were saying here about the spiritual implications.
Mm-hmm.
Because marriage is not a mockery thing.
It's not. It's not that like you make vows, you make certain vows, and you can't be going before a pastor or a priest or whoever to sign the papers to say that, I want to spend the rest of my life with this person and treat this person a certain way, and everything's supposed to go in a certain direction with me and this person. And while you're signing them papers or you're making these vows, you're lying before God and man, dog. You overdoing it.
Yeah. You start wrong. You start wrong.
So it must, problems must come.
Yeah.
He going in for problems, and then he compiling on top of the problems, because then you're making it a sexual relationship with somebody who you didn't even spend enough time around to know what is the emotional state. You feel that this woman just ups and decide one morning, you know what, I go in and decide I don't want to leave this marriage, even though I tell him that we just marry into certain things. No, you didn't take a good look at her emotional state. You understand? This could be a woman who you wanted married for the longest while, and she gets him.
True.
So it have plenty different elements, but he start off wrong, and once you start off wrong, it's like a math sum. It's like a math sum. If it is I see a multiplication sign, I use division, immediately that's sum wrong. Regardless of what, sum wrong.
Good point. Really good point. Good point. Yeah. Good point. You're still doing maths, you know. You're still doing maths, but you start wrong.
You start off wrong. So it can't develop. It can't turn into something that go and be right. I'm not saying that there can't be people who marry for these things and they get through. Yeah, you might get through, but remember, see for luck and go for luck is two different kind of luck. You understand? Not everything that will work for other people will work for you. At the end of the day. You understand? God have certain requirements to certain people. Certain people could go out there and rob and thief and thing a million times and nothing happened to them. And you try it one time and that is it. You understand? Go smoke your pipe.
Yeah. Point well taken there, Johan. Really, listen, we had to set out because next time I want you on here, we go test us and make sure everything going cool, because I know you're a man, you have strong opinions, and I want to get your opinions on the record here. Not only on the phone line, but straight inside the program so people could hear you and see you at the same time. So, Johan, big up yourself 100 times, my brother.
Yeah, Junior, bless that answer. Blessings in your direction to each and every person who listening to that and to the best country in the world. And love to everybody else, though. And have a blessed day.
Yeah, man, cool. Big up yourself.
Come on, blessings.
Let's open up the phone lines, Kobe, and get some of the callers' response to this, guys. Let me read it one more time. The phone number is on the screen. Let me read it one more time, guys. If you just came in, this is the situation that we're dealing with right now, right? This is the situation. Let me open it up. Dear Ryder. Here we go. Dear Ryder, I've been married for 4 years. Initially, I intended to help my friend out so she could obtain a green card. All right. We've been involved a few times, which we both agreed that that it wouldn't turn out into a relationship. Now it seems to me that somehow she misunderstood the extent of the situation. I'm now trying to move on with my life, and she refused to sign the divorce papers. She don't want to leave. She's in there, right? He wants help and advice in getting out of this of this relationship here. Let's get some of your advice. 718-701-5720. That's my number. Call me right now and let us talk. It's Dear Ryder on a Thursday. Anselm Douglas, with his always great advice, is on, and you. Let me see who's in the chat. What's that interesting question in the chat? Could we see any interesting question in the chat? Let me see. I'm late. The guest is the one that married. No. The guest Anselm have nothing to do with that. Anselm, no. Oh God, no.
Lord have mercy.
Oh God, no. Oh no, Anselm. No, he didn't. Caller, you live? Where you calling us from? Caller, do me a favor. Turn down your background. I'm getting a terrible feedback. Turn down whatever your device in the background.
I'm calling again from...
Yeah, I know, but do me a favor. Turn down your TV or your computer, the background. Just listen to me on the phone.
You're hearing me now?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm responding to your Trinidadian caller who was talking about the spirituality, and in the essence of marrying for green card and marrying for real marriage. this young man or whoever is the person, the question that you ask us to respond to. This is why deception is never a good thing. Because for me, basically, it sounds like he led her on to a point, and now he wants to get out.
Yes.
And that is not, one way or the other, it's not right. And like the brother said early on, you have to be careful when you do something. Not only for immigration, but what about a lot of us who we married and after years we go cheat and then, walk out. It's not right on the sight of God. And like they said, karma has no address when it comes down to retribution. Well, I'm a Jamaican, so my mama, who's a Cuban, would say retribution.
Right. Yes. Definitely.
So as human beings, we need to treat each other better and be careful, because when our time comes, and it always comes back to aunt, whether it's the man or the woman who has been the deceiver.
Coledia?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. Point well taken there, caller. We appreciate you and your input. Thanks for watching.
I have, what is your name, the name of your station? Because I'm in Florida, and I'm just lying down and decided to go through, and I see it, and I decided to listen.
Okay, well, it's right along. So I'm happy that you stumble upon us. You must check us out. Mm-hmm. Just go and follow the page. Go follow the page. We hear our program every day of the week. And my name is Junior George, and that's Anselm, the famous Anselm Douglas right there that you're watching.
Oh, boy, yes, a handsome Mr. Douglas.
All right, cool. All right, thank you. Yeah, Anselm. But here is the other question. I know Diane spoke about it, right? But how would you say that the relationship is not legitimate if you guys are living together, dwelling together? If that is the case, you cannot prove that the relationship is not legitimate. It just you could by you saying that, you could only prove that you are upset, you are mad, you are
one person's word against the other.
Yeah.
Now, this is not only intricate and difficult. This is sad, and it's sad because they started off with good intentions, where if we're going on what we have, what was explained to us.
Yes.
An arrangement was made, marry me, or girl, I'll marry you and you'll get your green card. And once they get your green card, we could go our separate ways. You don't have any commitment to it. Okay, so that's illegal, that's wrong, that's immoral, that's all that stuff. Right, but it was done. Where it went wrong is I'm going to make up a word here, where it went wronger.
You win with that one.
Where it went wronger is when you all decided to get intimate.
Yeah.
Somebody's supposed to have their head on, even if it's he feeling horny or she feeling horny at that time. And you say, girl, and she's supposed to say, hey, Winston or Marcus or whatever your name is, this wasn't the arrangement.
Yeah.
Unless he's now all the blood going somewhere else, and he stopped thinking, and he's saying, but girl, I put myself on the line for you. You could let go that tiger. What was he saying? And all the old talk and all the thing now, send her on a guilt trip. And she said, you know what? Okay, I'd already like you as a friend. Okay, it's a short push. And it started happening. Now, he might have satisfied his physical desires at that moment, but now she's building a certain amount of attachment, emotional attachment, because she already have the papers, she has the ring, or they share the same roof, or they have the same mailing address, or they share the same bed, or they share the same shower, sometimes sharing the same soap.
Yeah.
So it's easy. I could see it easily. She could slip into that place where she's comfortable in wife mode.
Yeah.
But in the back of your mind, you're still thinking, so you want to have your cake and eat it. Now, if he had said initially, boy, we've been married for 4 years, I never touched the woman, I stay in my bedroom, she stayed in hers, and now it's time for me to get out, I could understand, hey, no, that's wrong. Because you had a plan. but you break the contract from the time you or they fall asleep together.
Yeah, that's true. Let's jump to the
You
phone
break
lines.
the contract, you break the arrangement.
Caller, you live. Where you calling us from?
I'm calling from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, New York. Go right ahead.
What the immigration lawyer was saying was very correct. And in life, there is always consequences for our action.
True.
Because, I mean, I know people who get into this, and when they reach into the marriage, sometimes the other one have the upper hand on them because, it's like, I have the paper, and if you do anything, I could call immigration for you. I could this. So that person always have the upper hand. Now, the last caller that called and talk about this was instituted by God and all this. This is correct because you see, the person who really wanted the green card go into it willingly, knowing that you know what, I don't really love the person, but I'm just going to go in it for the long haul. And they get it. They run off, they married somebody, but they always say what goes around comes around. So we have to be careful how we treat people and what we do, because to me, that woman maybe is genuinely in love with the man, the topic that you were talking about, genuinely in love with a man, and it's like he wants to escape, like an escape goat. He wants to get out of it. But remember, people have feelings, and maybe she developed these feelings, and he don't develop these feelings. It's just like he cashing out. He just want his stuff, run, hit and run, and then when he get his stuff, he move on and stuff. But we have to be careful in what we do, especially certain things like that, because mind you, Junior, I'm just saying it from a perspective. We have to be careful how we do things because immigration is looking at all that.
Yeah.
We have to be very careful how we talk and who we consult or who we confide in, because I remember my good friend used to say back in the days, back when Giuliani and them back in the days, the mayor and stuff, people used to snitch on people who didn't have
People are still snitch. People are still snitch.
That had changed.
So you have to be very, very, very careful, because every action there's consequences. So we have to be careful what we getting ourselves into, because now he get himself into this sticky situation and he wants out. Now this thing could go on and on and on. Sometimes she never divorce him, and then either he gonna have to go to court and get court orders to contest the marriage and stuff. And it's just sad. It's just sad. All I'm trying to say is people who is getting themselves into that, know what you're doing, because in the long run, it's going to affect you as the individual. It's not only going to affect you, but it's going to affect your family. It's going to affect people around you, and people have to be aware and be careful who you confide in, who you talk, or who you spread this news around, because let me tell you something, Junior. People these days now in this day and world, they're not nice. They will smile with you, but when they're ready to tip on you, they will tip on you.
Right. Thank you.
And it's very sad. It's very sad. So
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, caller. We appreciate you. Absolutely. People are still squealing people in. I saw, Fiona says, why would you want to stay in a relationship if you are rejected? So I guess she's saying, the man don't want to be in the relationship, but you want to stay in the relationship. Why would you want to stay in it if the man don't want to be in it? What's the satisfaction for you?
Well, Junior, I'll tell you something. It's easy for somebody to say that when they are not in love, when they are not emotionally invested and emotionally attached to that person.
Right.
When you head over heels about somebody, to just get up and walk away after 4 years and pretend it never happened is not an easy thing. Because I think from the time they started sleeping together, she was hoping and praying, Lord, let this work out. He's a good man. He's hardworking. He's been a friend for years. Hope this is a good man, and you're praying, because finding a good brother out here who is not as easy as people make it make it out to be, finding a good partner. And if she see qualities in him that, you know, there must have been a reason why they were friends before.
Yeah, true.
And friends enough to decide to marry each other. That is a different level of friendship.
Mm-hmm.
To decide to even take that road, mean that they was tight as friends. So there must have been something she saw in him. And now spending time with him, she realized this is a good man. This is a nice man. Like this could be my husband for the rest of my life. So she started to be, she's invested now emotionally in a big way, while he was just eating his cake and knowing that belly full with cake and I'm moving on.
Yeah.
You know, so I can understand.
One element that we didn't speak about is the financial arrangement, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because when someone is setting up this type of arrangement, there should be, and it's an illegal arrangement, but still people have this arrangement. Okay, I'm going to pay you XYZ amount for this. It's not just do it for me as a friend. People don't do this thing for just as a friend, right? They do it for some kind of financial gain. So what was the conversation going into the whole topic of getting married? What was the arrangement?
Yeah.
I'm gonna, okay, how much you think? Okay, I'm gonna give you 10 grand or whatever. It's an illegal arrangement, but that have to be conversated. That have to be articulated.
Yeah.
What happened to that? What happened to that arrangement? What that arrangement? That
well, again, we fill in the blanks here, you know.
Yeah, we are.
In the blanks because he didn't tell us, well, you know, the woman paid me $20,000 or $5,000 or whatever sum of money so that we could go through it, which means it was a deal done, paid for in paper, right?
Right.
Now, if it wasn't paid for in paper, then it might have been paid for in kind. You know, so but these are the blanks we're filling in now because we don't know the whole story, as they say.
True.
You know?
True. Well, I'll do an update on this story now. I promise you I'll do an update on this story because there are a lot more questions and answers. Mm-hmm. Because how do you say that it's not legitimate? Like if you are living in a situation, if you are dwelling in a situation over that period of time, how do you now turn and say, well, it wasn't you married for a green card? Because when people are upset, they say anything, you know, I never love you, you know, they say all kinds of things just to hurt the person feeling. Yeah. Just to hurt the person feeling. And that could be a situation that is right here. The guy see someone else with a nice little Grenadian girl with a bigger bum than her, you know what I mean, looking nice and sexy more than her, and he want to move there. So he looking for an excuse.
No. The truth of the matter is this, as we said, it started off wrong, but or you're married. The thing is, you all are married.
Yeah.
Right? No, a man might drink a bottle of rum and jump behind a wheel. It start off wrong. You get in an accident, you can't say, well, oh gosh, well, I was drunk. You start off wrong.
Yeah, true.
You start off by drinking and getting behind the wheel. So now you get in an accident. Who bring that on you?
Yeah.
Who bring that on you?
You
went and made an arrangement with this woman. If it was paid for in cash, paid for in kind, you know, treasure or blood, it was paid for, right? Mm-hmm. You all spend time together. You decide, because you could have said no, even if she say, well, you know, we married now, we had to consummate this marriage. And you could have said, no, it's not that kind of game we played. This is just for show.
Right.
You didn't do that. You went and your gloves up, you strap up, and you dive in.
Yeah.
And you dive in again. And you dive in again. Not realizing that, hey, somebody getting attached to you.
Yeah.
Somebody, because if she's living in America and she didn't really have the means wherever she came from, most likely he might have been supporting her too during that period.
Mm-hmm.
Putting food in the house, buying clothes for you. There's a place you can't wear t-shirt and short pants all year, you know.
True. True.
You need outfits to function in this time. In this here America, you need outfits. So he might have been spending money and doing that. So she's looking at him and saying, but he's a good man. Now, how you tell the woman now, no, I'm not a good man, I'm a bad man.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell her.
Yeah. All right. Let's conclude. Let's conclude on this one right here. And I'm going to open the phone line for 2 more calls if anyone want to call and give final advice on this. So final advice on this, Anselm. What is your final conclusion on this topic towards the
I
man?
am going to go with what the lawyer said. You don't really need somebody else's permission or signature or endorsement to get divorced. If you go through the right steps, the right channels, listen, this marriage is not working out, and I want out, you find a good family lawyer or a divorce lawyer and say, listen, I want out of this relationship. And maybe you could share the ins and outs of how the relationship started with that lawyer. I don't know if that would be advised. I'm not a legal mind. But talk to a divorce lawyer if divorce is what you really want, and go through the process and have her served. If she say yes or no, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
And now the thing is, to get her out of your house now might be a problem. But that's a whole different ball game. But divorce is first. Go through that process, as the lawyer said. You don't need, 2 of you all don't have to agree to get divorced to get a divorce.
Yeah.
So you want a divorce, go through the process and deal with it.
And I want to say to everyone that's watching, if you ever were ever thinking about this situation here, be very, very careful in many, many different ways, because although you might think that the relationship might be illegitimate because it was for the green card purposes, but in the eyes of the law, it's legitimate because you have the papers. So if you was to get a retirement, or if you have a house, or if you get in your $100,000, $1 million, couple $1 million in royalties because you have a big song, she's entitled to half.
I want half, Eddie. I want half, Eddie.
Yes. She want half. She's getting half. So be very careful. If you have a Lamborghini, half of the Lamborghini is hers. You have a house, half of the house is hers. And that's how it go. Be very careful when you're making that decision. You could get hurt in more ways than one. Be very, very, very careful. It is not a wise thing. I would prefer you fall in love with the person. You fall in love with the person, and you go through the legal channel. If you want to find out how to find somebody, where's the best place to find some people these days, Anselm? Where people find people these days?
Go to church. They have good people in church praying and thing, looking for a husband, looking for a wife.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I just say it. I don't know.
Okay. I have to ask the young people that, like when
everybody's online now. Everybody's online now, which is a dangerous place. That's a different kind of terrain you're talking about. That's uncharted territories you're going into there online and finding people because you don't know. People putting up fake profiles. People do not listen. It's a crazy world out here, and it's hard to find love. But we keep looking for love in all the wrong places. Keep doing the wrong thing. Keep doing the wrong thing and expecting the right result.
A funeral is a good place to look for love.
When people grieving? No, that's not a good place.
How you mean? Anselm, she crying. She need a shoulder to cry on.
No, then you're being emotionally.
You're right.
You're being an emotional bandit. Because, now I catch you in a place which part you're broken and you're sad, and I promising to mend you. All of a sudden, I have love glue. I have love glue to mend you.
But that could be true for everything, because someone that's online that subscribed to one of those dating sites, you could say that they was going all place else to find someone. They couldn't find it there, so they went online. They're desperate. They need someone.
I beg to differ, because the kind of world that we live in now, you go to work in the morning, you come back in the night. It's you finish with the club scene. You're not out there anymore as you used to be, and you want to meet somebody. But where do you meet somebody? You don't go clubbing anymore. You're not out there. You're working. You're not doing anybody on work. You're not going down that road. You're not mixing love and work thing. So you find yourself going down the road for years and years, realizing, wait a minute, I need somebody. The safest place for me or the quickest place for me to go is on a dating site.
Lorna said that she married a man from Jamaica, and as soon as he get his papers, he came to New York and he sent her divorce papers.
The arrangement wasn't for the papers, but she wasn't with him.
That's crazy though. Listen, this is my recommendation, guys. If you're looking to find love, a funeral. That's my recommendation. A funeral.
So
you're
looking for love with somebody in the funeral or the person who died? You say find love in a funeral?
No, well, there are all kind of people in a funeral. I'm always in a funeral.
Eh? Come to the priest and all.
Hey, people are broken all over.
It have the grave diggers, it have priests, it have the bereaved, it all kind of people in a funeral, you're right.
And you have to know good pickup lines. Like I have a good pickup line, it always worked for me. I'll share it with somebody, probably will work for them. And you have to say it with charm and sense of humor, right? So you see someone. Let me set up myself. Guys, I'll look at write this down. I will say it slow. I'll write it down. So listen, baby. Don't laugh, Nelson. Don't laugh, man.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Seriously. Let me get serious, please.
Yeah. So listen, baby. In all the sugar in the world, you are the most granulated, baby. Anywhere you is, I want to be R. that might get you a slap.
I'll give you a corny line if you're going to pick up somebody at a funeral.
Yeah, though. Go ahead, answer. Your turn.
Well, I know it's not my turn. It's just if you're at a funeral, say, babe, I love you, and don't dig nothing.
Don't dig nothing. Wow.
But anyway, I just want to make mention because I realized we started to wind down here. I want all the listeners to go onto their calendars now and put in April 2nd. Remember we promised we'd bust the mark today?
Yes. April 2nd.
April 2nd.
Write it down.
Yeah.
Write
it down. April 2nd, creme de creme.
Creme de creme. Best of the best.
These best of the best. These are the people who would be living in the New York, the tri-state area, Jersey, Connecticut. We are bringing together every other weekend from the 2nd of April, the best DJs out of this area to just, as the young people say, to just shell it down.
Shell down the place.
We have been locked down for the most part 2 years, and we bring in the DJs. The top every other weekend is 3 top DJs coming together.
Nice.
And this is going to be streamed live also.
Yes, absolutely. Wow.
We're going to have photographers too, taking your pictures at the function. So make sure you come out looking, make sure you're kit down. It's summertime, so it might have door prizes for shortest shorts. You never know. It's going to be on the spur of the moment. The door prize is going to be on the spur of the moment. So nobody ain't coming pre-warned.
Right.
So come out, kit down. It's going to be great starting from the 2nd of April.
Yes.
We're going to be seeing more about it on Ride Along.
Absolutely.
With all the venues, the times, the DJs who's going to be jamming. Check it out here right on Ride Along. All right?
Absolutely. April 2nd. Creme de la creme. Creme de la creme. Sam Douglas doing thing. Guys, we support it. We endorse it. We're going to give you guys some more information about it. April is 2nd, creme de la creme. For more information, the Ride Along will give all the information. We also stream live. But we want you guys to come out. Get a chance to meet Anselm Douglas in person. Yeah, man. Meet the man in person. And when you meet Anselm, first thing that you would notice that he's much taller than you expect. Like people see me sometimes and they be like, damn, you tall. Because they only see me sitting down. Anselm, I think you're taller than me. You're a little taller than me, aren't you?
Well, I don't even know that.
I think so, but Anselm is tall. You get to meet Anselm in person, guys. So come on down, we'll give you the information. Come on down.
I am legally 6'3". So.
You're legally 6'3". So we're on par. We're right here. You're like about half inch taller than me. So you get a chance to meet Anselm Douglas in Creme de la Creme, and we'll be live there as well. DJs, real vibes. I'm going to be there. The whole Ride Along crew is going to be there. Want to see you guys there. Creme de la Creme. You can't afford to miss it. Don't miss it. Also, I got to tell you guys, if you're going Grenada for Carnival, if you're going Grenada for Spice Mass, right? Spice Mass is on in full effect. We're telling you all about the Celebrity Cruise, and the Celebrity Cruise is happening this year. See, right there. Thank you, Jacoby. Jacoby is a boss. Celebrity Cruise, the original Celebrity Cruise, Spice Mass edition, and that goes down on Carnival Thursday. Celebrity Cruise, the Return to Mass Celebrity Cruise Grenada. Tickets officially go on sale next week. Yeah, man, ticket go on sale next week, and it will be sold out. Get your tickets right now for the Celebrity Cruise. Also, I must tell you about Ryders Studio, professional recording studio. Now, this is not a pay kind of thing, you know. When you're looking for a professional studio, you have an idea, you just want to get some music, right? You got some music, you got to get it out of your head. For all the artists that want to put on some solid tracks, we created and built one of the toughest state-of-the-art recording studio right here in Queens, right? The best quality you could think about. Ryders Studio, we do audio, video work, and also audio work. So you come in with just an idea in your head, you know, ching. You leave with a complete video project, including photography, design, the whole nine. So this program is brought to you by Ryders Studio for all the artists. Come inside here, get your work done, your audio, your video work right here at Ryders Studio. Also, I got to tell you about this.
The wait is over. The time is now. Get ready for mass. Get ready for mass. Get ready for mass. We are back.
Yeah, that's Amazing Colors. Grenada Spice Mass 2022. Amazing Colors Monday Night Mass is back. Glow stick. Fun. Unlimited drinks. Amazing Colors, Spice Mass. We want to see you guys there. If you're going Grenada, get your packages. Packages soon go on sale, right? Amazing Colors, the number one Monday Night Mass band for Spice Mass 2022. Yes. That's all we have. And anything else, Anselm? Anything else?
That's it.
That's all, folks. Thank you, Anselm. We'll catch up again next week.
Have a good one.
All right. Bye-bye. Yeah, man. Also, guys, don't forget if you have a...
My name is Junior George, founder and host of Ride Along Live. And I'm inviting you to become a paid subscriber to this platform. With your support of just $4.99 per month, you could do so much to help this platform grow and to help us help you and others around the world. We encourage you to click that link and become a supporter today. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Yeah, so that's how you become a supporter of Ride Along Live. You know, to continue to do what we're doing here, to continue to share the stories, the entertainment every day, we need your support, all right? We break stories daily, help people around the Caribbean and around the world. So we're urging you right now to become a supporter of Ride Along with only $4.99. That's all it takes per month. It's less than the cost of coffee, right? And that's per month. Help us help others around the world. Thank you guys so much. On behalf of all our production crew, my master control right over there, handling all the graphics and everything, Jacoby George, he's handling that. For in the chat room, we have Kibbs. Big up yourself, Kibbs, Gail Charles, and Dion Fraser. And my senior producer, myself, give it up for Lois JJ. Yeah, making sure that we have a show every day right here on the program. She does the hard work. I just talk. She works hard. All right, big up yourself. And guys, tomorrow is Right Trivia. Right Trivia tomorrow. It's going to be fun. Join us 6 p.m. for the most interactive and fun trivia game on this side of the world. Right Trivia tomorrow, 6 p.m. Catch you guys later. Bye-bye. Good night.
Grenadians, you asked for change, and we are bringing the change. Change is a we thing, but change requires a contribution from all of us. Remember, one cocoa fills the basket. Make a contribution to NDC's grassroots campaign for change today. Click the link below to make your contribution. Thank you.
Williams Funeral Service serve you with dignity and compassion as you mourn. Every day, we embark on the journey of life, and one day, the journey will end. It's on that day that you can entrust the celebration of life of your loved ones to David Williams Funeral Service. Call 718-291-3823.
Hello there. Let me introduce you to the Nutmeg Band. Playing in the background is their latest release, Take Me to a Party.
Take me to a party.
This music is now available on leading online stores. So please, pick up your copy today and tell all your friends about it. Get your copy now.
Take me to a party.
Right along, so it's happening here.
Came over here. What does it mean? You know, I grew up in what I guess we call a typical family.
We break all the stories, and that's just a fact. And that's why everyone has a story to tell.
Right along live, I mean, yeah, it's the real deal.